Hello everybody, today is going to be a live trading session of February 18th, 2026 market open. So yeah, so main watches today, right? Let me pull up Discord real quick. Um, these are charts, right? We know that Palantir and Nvidia are looking a little bit more bullish because above our previous day highs, but small bounce from yesterday. Want to see reclaim our previous account QQ and SPY. Main watch will be Nvidia by pre-market high and Palantir by pre-market high. If we show weakness going under pre-market low and QQ or QQQ, or QQ and SPY, AMD short. So pretty straightforward. No. So yeah, now I'm gonna wait for price action to develop for the first 5 minutes, see which names are showing strength and weakness. So right now, right on this monitor, I will have the tech names I'm watching, and the second monitor I'm gonna have QQ and SPY open. Right, always gotta look what QQ and SPY is doing, or what the overall market wants to do. But yeah, for now, we can see that we're coming back down into our pre-market low on some of these names. Nvidia, I mean, Amazon just they come down and kind of sweep this low. So let's see if we get a nice bounce off this name. We can play Amazon if we get above this 204 level. I don't mind playing name above 204. 204, we can target this pre-market high and then potentially we can move to the upside. Tesla, I mean, going buyers off that pre-market low, but for now, I'm only going to play it once you get above or below either of these ranges. AMD, not really doing anything, right? Still in our range. What QQ and SPY does here is pretty important. It'll pretty judge what the market is going to do for most of these names. So I'm going to be looking at that. So right now, QQQ is at pre-market low, right? Let me just show it on this. QQ is at pre-market low, and then SPY is pretty much also at pre-market low. So this reaction over here is going to be pretty important. If we can get above our VWAP, or if we break below to these lows down here. So Tesla looks pretty choppy. Oh no. I mean, I'm not gonna be talking much because I still pretty much just woke up, so I'm just gonna be focused on trading. But we can see AMD's already breaking these lows. Right, AMD's already showing that weakness with QQs by also kind of near low of day. So AMD's for sure the name to short today. So what level is this one? Okay. Honestly, I'm gonna be looking to short AMD shorts right here, right? I'm gonna be looking, not actually gonna do yet. I want to see a little bit more what the market is going to do at these lows here if we sweep them or not. But AMD for sure has weakness right now. Right? Amazon is for sure showing strength because we're already breaking high on this name. So I mean, it's not hard to see which names are showing strength and weakness, right? So let's see what happens. Do. The Amazon nice break and retest on the higher time frame. We retest that pre-market low, previously high, both levels, and showed nice strong price action. So this name is for sure. So we can look for the upside. And then AMD shorts is also looking pretty good. The only problem about these two names is that we don't know what QQ and SPY want to do. QQ and SPY is just chopping, right? So we're gonna have to. So there's two options. You can wait a little bit longer to see if we're gonna keep chopping, or if we're gonna break into our direction, or if these names have relative strength and relative weakness and keep making new higher highs and higher lows, right? So that'd be if Amazon can get above pre-market high, and then if AMD can go below pre-market low. I mean previously low, assuming that the QQ and SPY go the opposite direction. So for Amazon, we want to see it hold this market right here, this market structure right here for that move to the upside, right? Like this. That's where you want to see buyers step up for this name, or else it's going to be choppy. Seems like we're a little bit more short bias right now for QQQ and SPY. We're near lows, right? That best entry for AMD if you want to be aggressive is just simply just a break below this pre-market low, honestly, because then your stop loss would be above the pre-market low, which is over last year 197. So these Amazon shorts do look, I mean AMD shorts do look pretty good. We had a nice rejection of this fair value gap. Amazon also holding up, right? Pretty close to breaking market structure, but we still kind of held up right here. So QQ Spiral not really doing anything, just pretty much just chopping. So we want to see which name now showing relative strength slash relative weakness. Um, for now, right, Amazon looks a little bit more stronger than the other names for the upside move, especially once we can get above this 204.50, right? Once you guys get above this, then Amazon looks good, and then AMD honestly looks good here for shorts as well. But this name is kind of showing that upside move because QQ and Spy kind of bouncing, right? So QQ and Spy strong candle closure right here, strong bounce. So the names I'd be longing to see are the names I'd be that interested in play, or the names that are showing they're also showing strength with QQ and Spy. Right, so big bounce. I want to see candle closure above this 5-minute range high, and that I want to see Spy hit previously high, and then QQ also hit previously high. So I'm actually gonna open Amazon on my phone. Let's see, what day is it today? Today is the 18th, so I'm gonna be taking the 20th contract. So it's the Friday's ones. Right, I'm just gonna have it open just in case we show reaction at this level on QQ and SPY as well. Otherwise, AMD House had a pretty nice setup. He has a nice retest of this fair value gap and showing a strong sell-off, but that's pretty much because SPY and QQ also had that strong sell-off. So not a lot of not kind of have to be patient today, right? Be a little bit patient. Not a lot of easy setups, I would say. A lot of chop, slow price action. Look at Tesla, like what is this? Holy shit, bro. Buyers are defending the zone like a robot. This is some robotic price action. So do we sweep this level now? That's a real question. Like look at this price action, bro. That's crazy. This price action of doom. So if I expect QQ and SPY to kind of bounce here, then a lot of names do look good for the upside, right? So I think this would be patient for now. I'm not taking any trade. If I wanted to, I could be aggressive on AMD, right, and all these names, but I like taking trades which I kind of more data behind, because I actually want to know if I'm what happens if I'm wrong or right. These are like a little bit more aggressive plays which can actually work out and do it kind of actually can yield you actually more money, but I just don't like being that aggressive in the first 5 minutes of market open. So I think QQ and SPY are actually gonna like has upside move right here, right? Simply just because we're holding this VWAP right here and we're holding pre-market low. If you can hold pre-market low on QQ and SPY, then expect us to have that push up. And then on the names for the upside I'd look for, right? So Tesla, horrendous. Nvidia, pretty horrendous. Amazon also looking like pretty choppy too. The name is pretty choppy, right? The best risk to reward technically would be at this 5-minute range high aura block, right? Stop loss right here, then you'd be targeting right this level, but the price action isn't as clean as I'd want it to be. But I guess that is Amazon. Um, AMD just reclaiming these lows now, so don't want to trade his name at all to the upside unless we break above our high of day, or we're showing extremely strong price action above 199. And then Palantir just not doing anything. So today is just a very interesting day. I guess after that such a big move yesterday, or such a volatile day yesterday, that markets are not consolidating. So SPY did hit our previously high level. So when I see SPY close above that, where is it? So SPY and QQ clearly pushing above our levels now. SPY at our previously high level, so we expect a reaction at this area. We'll ideally like to see a strong candle closure above that level. Just show strong price action, just for us to log names a little bit easier. But if you were to take Amazon, right, the risk reward is very simple here. You could enter pretty much off any reaction of this area. Stop loss simply below this area because that's when it gets invalidated as structure. And then you need to be targeting these highs. So I mean, very simple. Problem is I like to wait for QQ and SPY, a little bit more confirmation. That's why for that higher win rate, or if you just don't really care about higher win rate, just you know want to target low win rate trades, and you can technically just trade this, right? But Palantir is breaking high of day, so Palantir is actually now on my watch. Palantir above pre-market high, right? This name looks like it has potential. And this name only has Friday expiration contract, so that's good. So how many cons? Shit, this is flying. Oh my god. Yeah, so Amazon also set it up pretty nicely, had a nice push, simply because QQ and SPY are having a nice push now. Um, Palantir, yep, strong candles, right? Even this indicator I have, this just is based off fair value gaps and volume, showing the strong volume on this push. So I guess I can enter calls if we can get a nice strong pullback and then price action. Right, because stop loss will be below pre-market high anyways. So I'd be targeting pretty much in this area, something like this. Okay, also, I'm going to actually lower my contract size real quick so I can go a little more aggressive on this trade if we do kind of show strong price action here. And then Amazon, you want Amazon to hold this or a block now for that upside move. Okay, so if you can show strong action on Palantir right here, I can enter the calls right here. Okay, in Palantir calls, show a strong price action candle closure at that level. So I just want to see the momentum not push. Right, that's very strong price action at that pre-market high level. So here, a little bit bigger of a stop loss, but enter a little bit smaller contract size, right? Because I'm a little bit more aggressive on this trade. QQ and SPY are kind of having a little bit of pullback, but this is where you want to see Palantir kind of show relative strength because it was breaking highs while we were kind of having that pullback. So I want to see that candle closure above 138 and then TP's on this trade. Let me pull them out. TP's on this trade. Where is this? Jesus, this hourly chart looks horrendous. Okay, TP is gonna be this 191 level. Oh, oh my god, I will up 15%. Nice. Man, I wish I entered a little bit heavier. Okay, well, it is what it is, right? 139 is gonna be the next TP for that strong candle closure, but up 20% on Palantir. So I'm gonna be taking contracts off at this area. Holy shit. Insane move. Trading is so the best fucking job in the world. So let me do this. So nice move on Palantir, up 20% in one candle. Right, simply is based off price action and key levels just waiting on QQ and SPY to kind of show decent decent bullishness based above or below levels. Amazon also showing holding our levels, but not as bullish as I'd want it to be. right? This is a little bit slower price action, so the pullbacks are going to be a little bit deeper. But yeah, Palantir up 25%. Jesus, bro. I wish I should have bought. I should have bought 50 concept 30. So that is what it is, right? Actually, QQ Inspire kind of having a deeper pullback at this area. So this is where we kind of want to see Palantir show relative strength at this area. You want to see us break new highs aggressively, right? I don't want to see us pull back. So let's just push, push, push. Right? Palantir 25% now. So next candle closure, I'm going to take some off too. Oh, I don't want to see us reject this level, but I'm going to have to stay through some of this chop then. I just want to see us kind of show strong price action at the top half of this fair value gap, right? And then just make new highs, hit this TP, right? Once we hit this area of liquidity, then I can expect to slow her down. But I want to see kind of price gravitate towards this TP, right? That's where Palantir needs to kind of hit for his higher time frame objective. And other names, let's look at Amazon. Not really doing too much, right? Of course, way choppier, still maintaining still maintaining market structure, but of course those bigger pullbacks are always going to happen when you're playing these choppy names. Okay. Palantir up 30%, so I mean pretty insane, right? Like playing weekly contracts in the money and up 30%, so that takes a certain level of kind of knowledge. But yeah, no, I don't want to see us kind of reject this 139. I would do like a candle closure above, but if QQ Inspire gonna have that deeper pullback, then we're probably gonna come back down a little bit deeper. All right, so this is where you kind of want to see strong price action on Palantir, right? You kind of want to see us kind of close above this fair value gap, ideally, with SPY QQQ kind of bouncing as well, just for momentum purposes. I just want to kind of see us show momentum on his name. Otherwise, stop loss simply going to be below 138. I don't really want to hold this trade a little bit too deeper, right? If we do come back below that, if we do come back below 138, then my momentum trade is going to be kind of invalidated, and I can look for another trade in that as well, right? Of course, there's not really any other name to trade. They're all kind of looking trash, but yeah. So I kind of want to see strong pricing in this candle. Yeah, no, I think Palantir's gonna come back down here a little bit deeper, just based off QQ and SPY, kind of having this bigger pullback. That's unfortunate pop and fade on QQQ for now. Ideally, I'd like buyers to defend this area on QQQ and SPY. If we can defend this pre-market low and pre-market low on both those names, then we can kind of show some reaction. But yeah. Other names, right? While still managing this trade, AMD in range, Apple in range, Tesla. Like this is just horrendous. What is happening on Tesla today? What did Elon Musk do? What is this? But Amazon, Loki, if you enter this trade, right, it's pretty much invalidated now. Especially a candle closure below this order block, then pretty much invalidated because it's way too choppy to even like try holding through all this shit. I'd be honest. I'd rather like the easiest trades are the momentum trades where you can kind of expect that aggressive push to the upside just based off the higher time frame. But yeah, no, Nvidia chopping. Google you can actually look for shorts for Google underneath this 302. So I'll have that alert out. So if we do end up kind of dumping on QQ and SPY aggressively, I do end up getting stopped down Palantir, then I can actually take some Google puts if we show weakness on Google. I actually don't know what higher time frame looks like. So I expect like this is just boring price action. I want to see a strong price action candle closure now above this 138.50 level. Because we're still like Panthers. I'm talking too much, bro. I'm talking too much. I'm just gonna stop talking, bro. That's why downside of me like making trader caps. Like I don't really talk. Actually, I never talk when I trade. Right? Everything just happens in your everything just happens in your brain, right? But I don't know. Maybe sometimes when you talk, like you kind of like just get distracted. If we can reclaim above this 138.80, especially with this 138.71, pretty much just top half of this fair value gap plus this wick of this red candle, then we can see this nice push on Palantir. No, 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 no. Once you leave me, I don't do. So if we can see a break above this high day in this candle right here, then we can have momentum on this name. Otherwise, if we kind of reject this, then choppy, choppy, choppy. Okay, so I'm gonna actually take my next trims off at this pop of this high day level. Contracts held actually really, really well, up 30%. Okay, now 25, now 23. I guess we are rejecting that area, which I don't want to see. I don't want to see reject this area. I want to see QQ Spy push up and then this name close above for that momentum. But let me look at the higher time frame because I'm expecting us to actually have a bigger move on this name. So I'm gonna actually have it another TP. So that's TP3. I'm actually gonna delete this box right here. So we're rejecting that 139 level on Palantir, which I don't want to see. Kind of want to see buyers reclaim that level with strong price action. Set me free. Dee, dee, dee. So Amazon also kind of like reclaiming these key levels, showing strong price action, but you don't want to trade his name at all. Like even if it's showing this reclaim, just because QQ Inspire kind of choppy in range, and we're not above key levels. If we're above pre-market high and we're doing this, then maybe, but because we're still in range on the higher time frame, it's not worth it. Am I even recording this video, bro? Is my mic even on? Okay, it is on. Because I actually have made another one of these recaps before. I made four. I think I've recorded three, and this is the third one. And the fourth one I actually recorded my entire time my mic was mute. So imagine that. And it was a banger trade as well. Like it was a banger fucking trade. So very, very unfortunate. Oh my god. Okay, well this is just clearly just slow price action on Palantir. You don't want to see this kind of slow price action. So if we can have the next pop, I'm gonna kind of take a little bit more out than I would. Ooh, Spider's having a nice pop. Spy QQ became his key levels. That's good. No. Palantir having a little bit of a drop, and Amazon kind of reclaiming these levels really nicely. So Amazon also kind of setting up to look good. What the fuck? Yeah, strong price action on QQ and Spy. This is technically a second entry if you want to enter right here on Palantir. You can enter right there. Strong price action on QQ and Spy. Stop loss blood or block. TP's exact same, right? Entering trades, you have to have good risk to reward. That's all that pretty much matters. That's how I kind of can be confident in entering these trades because I know my risk and I know when I'm wrong and I know when I'm right, pretty much, right? When you know when you're wrong before you're entering a trade, or you know when your trade's invalidated, that makes entering a trade way easier than when you're entering blindly. Because when you're entering blindly, you don't know when you're wrong. But when I'm entering this trade, I know if we can't close below this fair value gap, right? Then I know where I'm wrong, simply because the momentum is going to be invalidated. And Amazon is showing nice. Wow, that's a nice reaction. Yeah, I want to see Palantir kind of close above 139 here. Like this is kind of like very like slow price action compared to what I expected on his name. Especially when QQ and Spy popping, so this name clearly is not as relatively strong anymore. So I want to see us close above 139. Like, can we close above it? Like, I don't want to see us come down and reject because if we don't close above 139 level and QQ and Spy have a pullback, then we're probably gonna break market structure here. Yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna wait, but kind of want to see a bigger pop on Palantir right now when QQ and Spy are flying. QQ and Spy are pushing up to the upside. Palantir is just holding. Look at that 139 is a big area of sellers. If we can get above that area, then we will look way better. Da, na, 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 na. Dude, Amazon that nice step. See, like if the first step didn't work, y'all stopped out, then that second entry would have technically played out because market structure did kind of hold. Right, of course, no one's trying to stay in this chop though, so that's like a normal loss to take. So I want to see us close above 139 level. Like I'm hearing me getting kind of angry and mad, but like, cause like QQ Inspire flying, and his name is not doing shit. Like, cause I know if when we would pull back now and spam QQ, I'm just gonna get stopped out now. You know, like I know what my fate is gonna be if we don't break this level. Amazon having that bigger pullback. If you can show strong price action at this pre-market high plus fair value gap, then that's another entry right here on Amazon. Right, what you look for is simply pullback, strong price action, and your risk reward would be below pre-market high. Your entry would be somewhere around here, right? And your TP would be well, I don't have it open, but like Corso 1 to 2 at least, right? Okay, so Palantir, hopefully strong kind of closure above 139. If not, then this trade is going to be cooked. All right, let's go. Nice. Screenshot that, and then trimming here, trimming here. Once you leave me, then you leaving, don't look back. Contracts are at $3.15, so fucking insane, up 34%. Now I want to see momentum on this name. So QQ Spy strong, price action, it's clearly strong, especially after reclaiming those levels, right? And then so just want to ride the momentum now on this name. Don't want to see us come back below this 139 level. So technically, I want to see us wait. I want to see us wait. Okay, bro, I can't speak English, bro. I'm just gonna stop talking. But I want to see us get above this 140 level, and then my stop loss on my trailer is going to be this 139 level because clearly resistance turns out to support. So I wanted to see if we do come down to this level to support. If we break below, that would stop my trailers below that 139 level. So that's kind of how you have to manage your trailers if you kind of want that bigger move. If you wanna like, there's so many ways to manage your trailers. I'll make a video maybe one day. But yeah, no, look, Amazon also good setup. We had price action above the fair value gap, so you can enter right here. Stop loss. It depends on actually where you want your stop loss to be. It could be below this candle closure already we showed buyers, or it can be below this pre-market high if you actually want like an actual market structure setup, right? But you simply would want momentum just to push you higher on this name of QQ Spy kind of flying. And the same with Palantir, kind of want to see us push here. Contracts are honestly, wait, no, actually, no, we barely moved. That's why. I mean, I feel like this training session, like I talked a lot about important things, like literally a free video too, by the way, like absolutely insane information to be extracted from these videos. But I guess not a lot of people will actually watch these videos because people don't want to put the effort in because training is not easy, right? Like you have to be a specific type of person to make training work, right? And lazy people are not part of that, and also people that are not ambitious are not part of that. Though that those part of winners. No, 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 no. I just want to see us maintain high highs and high lows on his name. I expect us to kind of do hit these levels eventually, just because QQ Inspire extremely bullish. Technically, now you can actually start to trade these other names now because they're waking up. But for the most momentum, Palantir for sure is the best. Um, yeah, I mean, such a simple setup today. Thank God. I up 40%. Let's go, bro. If I went full size on this trade, I'd be up like 4 or 5 thousand. But it is what it is, guys. Na, 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 na. So I took my trails off. So now this position is pretty much like pretty much I'm pretty much this position is pretty much what's it called, like risk not risk free, but like a weight has been lifted now. Like majority of my profits are now taken, right? I know my trailers are going to be out once I get underneath this level, and underneath the level is still profit. So no matter which kind of scenario happens, either we go up here and I get more money, or we go down here and I lose a little bit less money. So both scenarios are money. You know what I'm saying? So Amazon ended up kind of having that sharp pullback. So that's unfortunately what happens when you kind of trade these names like Amazon. They have such weird fucking price action, especially when you're not kind of bullish on the higher time frame. That's why you want to trade names on a higher time frame a little bit more because they will have like a little bit cleaner price action, or hopefully, right? Because now we're outside of our range and we should see a level of expansion or a strong level of rejection. You can spy at key levels. So this is where you kind of want to. This is where you're gonna kind of see a reaction on all these names. Where the hell is it? Right, look at that. Straight up, straight up. So honestly, like this is actually kind of bad. Palantir didn't actually move as much as QQ and Spy. Now I'm looking at it, like this is actually kind of bad price action. So it's kind of actually not actually as good for me because I'm in this trade. But Palantir actually didn't move like as clean compared to QQ and Spy. QQ and Spy had a straight move up, and we're like slowly like moving up. Dun, dun, dun. Tesla also kind of breaking these key levels. I'll put a TP for this. Just not to take a trade because now it's like already 9 o'clock. Wait, I didn't even check we had news today. Oh my god. I completely forgot. Wait, let me check. Well, it's already past 9 o'clock. Okay, I don't even care. I don't think we had news. There's no volume spike at the 9 o'clock candle. So guys, you guys can see kind of Amazon's price action, how kind of fucking weird it is. Look at this. Like we kind of showed decent price action. We broke below our area, kind of got stopped out, reclaimed it. Same thing again. Like where I would normally enter, we kind of came below, stopped out, and now we're reclaiming again. So you can kind of see Amazon's price action is kind of very volatile and very choppy. That's choppy price action. So you can understand that when trading names like this. Like Amazon's normally has price action like that. It's choppy. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, nice. So nice. Ooh, Tesla have huge pop too. What the hell? So you can also be looking at trade Tesla now, right? Simply just based off of a pullback of strong price action because we had such a strong breakout. Higher time frame wise, I don't really know about this name because I haven't really checked. Right, I actually have, but I forgot. Let me see. Um, uh, Yeah, I would rather trade Nvidia over Tesla. I'm not gonna lie. Nvidia, Tesla also like higher time frame. Of course, we're bullish now because we're above our previously high key levels. But Nvidia looks a little bit better on the higher time frame wise. So I would rather trade Nvidia for sure. Right, very easy money to be made on these trades right here. Do I enter these trades as well? I don't like entering multiple trades once because I hate managing them. Because if you're in two trades and you have to get stopped out twice, and I can't sell both at the same time, you know, because I'm trading on my phone, and that's the only thing I know how to kind of like manage. So QQ Spy, huge pop, like this insane, very strong buyers on this name, reclaim these key levels, showing that we're not bullish anymore. You know, the recession is now canceled. But yeah, no, trimming out these pops on Palantir because this is showing a little bit weaker reaction than I'd wanted it to. So trimming 5 contracts here. So I'm limit. By the way, if anyone's watching this far in the video, I'm limit ordering selling these contracts, expecting the price to move up. So when I limit order sell, I expect my limit order to get pretty much hit. So if the bid price is 340 and we're moving up, then I'm gonna put at 345 or 350, expecting a push up. Of course, this only works in an uptrend when we're expecting price to push up aggressively, and that's what we're doing right now. So that's what I'm doing. So that's when you can kind of limit sell, right? Of course, you don't want to limit buy just because you'll miss entries, and I've missed a lot of entries before. So do not limit sell. So this trade pretty much Palantir is pretty much trade free now, just on trailers. QQ are absolutely ripping. So dude, this move is insane. Like 0 days wise, this move right here is here to easy 150 200%. Same on QQQ. Nvidia, Tesla. This move to here. Wait, it's only a $1 move, so probably like 20%, 50%. I mean, it depends on the contract you buy, of course. But I'm always assuming in the money contracts around the $2 price range. Yeah. So just simply selling now on strength. I'm gonna start talking less, but there's a lot of setups on Nvidia, and a lot of setups on Tesla, just based off momentum alone. Of course, I don't want to really try to trade these names. They're low probability, and I'll kind of talk about that why they're low probability a little bit later, right? Compared to Palantir. But just simply know that we're breaking kind of above these key levels a little bit later, right? And this trade just basically is mostly based off QQ and SPY, is QQ SPY's upward push, if that makes sense, right? Because if we're breaking out so late, because QQ Inspire is having an upward trend, if we're breaking out so late, then if QQ Inspire have a small pullback, like we are like if QQ is like a small pullback like right now, then I expect a deeper pullback on like look at this deeper pullback on this name, a little bit deeper pullback on this name, but we're kind of showing some bars on Tesla. So that's the only downside of playing names kind of later in the session is that like if it's because the momentum of the higher time frame is usually in the first 30 minutes anyways, right? If you're getting a later of a pot, then this trade, these steps will only work if you can SPY can kind of maintain that momentum, which I actually do expect it to kind of maintain because we're already up so high, right? Market structure is not only invalidate if we break below pre-market high on SPY, and then if we break below pre-market high also on QQQ. Sorry, life down. So yeah, no, I do expect a deeper pullback on Pound here, unfortunately now. This name was kind of not as strong as I'd want it to be compared to QQ and SPY. So this pullback is kind of expected. For me, managing trailers, I know his name's gonna kind of have this this is gonna kind of have this like if QQ Spy is a continuous uptrend, right? This name's also gonna close bullishly end of the day, probably close above this 142 area, right? But like I don't like holding my contracts that long. So ideally, like I'm just thinking right now when I should kind of sell my trailers. So let's see kind of where price kind of reacts, what levels price reacts to, and then I'll make that area level of other sell off. So it seems like I'm gonna wait for I'm gonna wait actually I'm gonna wait. So many through the phone. Bro, I'm telling you, trading is like the fucking best job ever. You can literally stay in your home, do whatever the fuck you want. Just all you gotta do is get the direction of price right, and you pretty much make how much money you put in, or percentage wise. There's no liquidity cap, of course, to a certain extent. To your head off. So I'm actually gonna wait until this candle closes, but if we end up closing below, I'm just gonna stop on my trade. Um, guys, I'm gonna preface this real quick. By the way, my trailer management, like even though I'm a good trader, I know pretty much I do everything. My trailer management is absolutely horrendous. I just never like kind of mastered trailer management. I guess that's something you manage way a little bit later in life, or maybe with a bigger position size. I'm not really sure, but my trailer management is absolutely horrendous. So, but I don't really care because I already can kind of trade decently. So what for now? Okay, that's a nice reaction. So my trailer, my stop loss now for trailers is gonna be candle closure below this area. So we close below this area. I'm just gonna stop out my trailers. Candle closure. So I'll kind of like let this candle close and then I'll stop out. Right. Still gonna close my trade in profit, of course, because we're still way more up. But I know like it. I don't know. I don't like closing my trailers. I don't know. I don't know. That's just how I trade. But where you ideally want to see Palantir bounce off of, right? I only have 5 contracts left, so I don't really care what happens. I'm gonna be honest, right? But what you kind of want to see happen on Palantir now, where do you want to see it bounce? Is gonna be this 139 level. This is where we want to see buyers defend this area. There has to be buyers here because look at this area. We clearly had clear area resistance, now broken tertiary support, right? Simple market structure um breakdown. But yeah, so that's pretty trade cap. I think I'm gonna end the video here. I'll actually maintain these contracts now. Honestly, I like the it is what it is. I don't really care too much. I'm only gonna lose a couple $100. If we break below 139, I'm for sure gonna stop out of this trade. But if we can hold this level, then I do expect us to kind of consolidate above this and break higher on this name, especially with QQ and Spot Cap still being bullish. Amazon, just making these weird ass like higher highs and lower highs, just very aggressively weird price action. Nvidia in a range still, nothing too crazy. Kind of chopped around for the first hour of market open, so I'm not surprised we kind of came back below. Maybe if you do have a reclaim at this level, then you can kind of look to take this name. If you can come back down, reclaim, and QQ spine up, setting up again, then maybe you can kind of take this name again, smaller size, of course, because it's going to be later in the day. Same with Tesla. AMD just ranging now. Actually good for long-term investors that we kind of didn't break below lower. I would kind of like to see us reclaim 200 level on AMD for that higher time frame hold. And then Palantir, right? We kind of held that 139 level, and now we're bouncing up pretty aggressively, so that's good for me. Right, simple market structure hold. Like, of course, there's a reaction. You can't expect this, but strong buyers at that area, defending that area. So now Palantir is kind of showing some relative strength here with that strong reclaim. And QQ Spire kind of showing a red candle. Microsoft, range, Meta. Yeah, I would not long this name. This name's absolutely horrendous. Higher time frame. If you want to like small size like trade this name, then technically you can, right? Meta or not Meta. Microsoft. Um, yeah, I don't know. I would not trade his name, in my opinion. That higher time is just too choppy. There's no really clean setup. But I guess if QQ and Spy does set up and end up pushing, right, then any name you play, any decent name you play, you're gonna make some money. But there's way better names to play than Microsoft, and these other names I've talked about. Best name to play would be Palantir. Um, that's it. Literally just Palantir. And maybe Amazon. Palantir and Amazon, max. Other names are just too choppy until we reclaim our high day again. Which Nvidia, I mean Tesla's holding market structure, and Nvidia's also holding market structure too. But we want to see Nvidia kind of hold this area for that push to the upside, and then same for Tesla, this area. Okay, yeah, so I'm ending this video now here. How long is trade cap? 42 minutes long. So if you guys watch the end of this video, good. Good job, right? You're for sure clearly putting more effort than 99.999% of people will ever do in their life, right? So good thing. If you guys any watch this video, join the Discord down below and ask me any questions you guys have. Right? I talked a lot about this video. I talked a lot about your RAM ass things, but that's just what happens when you give me a mic. But yeah, so pretty much yeah. So I'm gonna maintain my last trailers. Nothing too crazy on this trade, right? I'm not even holding that many trailers left. So even if I do end up having that bigger move, I won't even make that much more money, unless we have like an insane move. But yeah. So I do expect a pound to now end up breaking high day just simply off this reaction of this market structure. Um, but yeah, so that's the trade cap. If you guys got value, just don't forget to like, and then yeah, peace.